How do you feel about anxiety in the modern world that we're in?
Well, anxiety is a compounded, just like you have compound interest. You put $1,000 in the S&P 500, a year later you got 1,100, and a year later you got 1,210, right? It compounds. The same thing with anxiety. You have an event in your life that you have labeled to be traumatic or negative or painful, and you chose not to see the upsides, benefits, etc. And whatever associations, visually, auditorily, smell, taste, tactile, any association you made with that event, now comes along and throughout your day, and you see somebody, let's say that you got into an argument with your boss and he had a white shirt and he had brown hair and a brown mustache. Now you're walking down the street and you see a guy with a white shirt and brown hair and brown mustache, and immediately association, I don't trust that guy. I don't, beware. And so now you've got a stimulus which activates your parasympathetic nervous system in a fight or flight response because of an original event that's been compounded. Now we go along and we see a person with brown hair, brown mustache with a yellow shirt. And now we add a yellow shirt and a white shirt to the original thing. So now you're walking around, and no matter almost every color of the shirts that you run into, you bring this anxiety response. So it's a compounded secondary, tertiary, and quaternary compounding of an original event that you chose not to see both sides to. If you go back to the original event and balance it all out, sometimes the cascading anxieties disappear. We do that quite often. And we go to the exact moment where there's this so-called trauma that you labeled trauma and find out where the opposite was. Find out what the opposite part of the equation. Because you're only traumatized by something when you're infatuated with its opposite. If you're addicted to somebody that's praising you, it hurts to get somebody criticizing you. So you look for the pairs of opposites, find them synchronously, and you dissolve the original trauma, and then the cascading secondary anxieties just disappear.